So when you're trying to figure out what a stock is really worth, you'll find that Wall Street is pretty much split down the middle. You've got two very different camps. Today, we're going to dive right into that big debate and explore two philosophies that look at the exact same market and somehow see completely different worlds.
And really, it all boils down to one huge question. Is the market just a giant calculator, driven by rational numbers and financial reports? Or is it more like a chaotic crowd, pushed around by pure human emotion, stuff like fear and greed? How you answer that one question pretty much decides everything you do next.
All right, so let's set the stage for this big showdown. In one corner, you've got the number-crunching detectives, and in the other corner, the crowd-reading psychologists. Both are trying to do the same thing, figure out the market, but man, their methods could not be more different.
So on one side, you have fundamental analysis. Think of this as pure detective work. You're digging through financial statements, you're poring over earnings reports, you're looking at the whole economy to figure out what a company should be worth. Then on the other side, you've got technical analysis. This is more like being a psychologist. It doesn't really care about the company's books. Instead, it studies the price charts to understand the mood of the market itself.
So where's the real disconnect between these two? Well, it all comes down to a major disagreement about time. Are you trying to predict what's going to happen based on what a company's value should be? Or are you just trying to understand what's happening right here, right now? See, with fundamental analysis, you're kind of forced to be a fortune teller, right? You're projecting future earnings, guessing at economic reports, all to land on some future price. But technical analysis, it takes a totally different approach. It's not about guessing. Technicians just interpret the price action that's happening at this very moment. They wait for the market itself to show them which way things are going. And that brings us to the absolute core belief of technical analysis. It's an idea that, if you've only ever looked at a company's fundamentals, can kind of flip the way you see the entire market on its head. It totally reframes the conversation.
There it is. Just a few simple words, but this idea is massive. The argument is that the current price of any stock has already baked in absolutely everything that can be known or even felt about it. It is the ultimate all-in-one data point.
So what does all information actually mean? Well, it's not just the hard data, the earnings reports and economic news. The really crucial part is that it also includes the human element. We're talking about the collective fear of investors when the market tanks, the wild greed that drives a rally, heck, even rumors and whispers of inside info. The price, at the end of the day, is where all of that stuff, the good, the bad, the logical, the crazy, all of it just crashes together.
Okay, so if the price is the grand total of all this information, both the rational and the emotional, then what is a chart actually telling us? What's the final verdict that it's delivering, second by second? Here is the most important point. A price chart is really just a scoreboard. It's a live look at the tug-of-war between buyers and sellers. When the price is going up, it's simple. Buyers are winning. When it's going down, sellers are in control. It's that direct. And this brings us to the real punchline. You can have a company that is, by every single fundamental measure, just fantastic. Great earnings, solid leadership, amazing product. But, and this is a big but, if for whatever reason there are more people selling than buying right now, the price is going to go down. In the short term, the reality of the market, what the chart is showing you, often overpowers the company's story. So at the end of the day, it really leaves us with this question. Fundamental analysis tells you the company's story, its health, its potential down the road. Technical analysis tells you the market story, what investors are actually doing with their money in real time. The value then isn't about picking a side, it's about realizing there are two different but equally important stories being told. And maybe the real question you should ask yourself is, are you listening to both?